here, baby. It's nothing bad. I just need to talk to you for a minute. Yeah. I want to tell you something. I just want to let you know how good I feel about you. Okay. Here I go. Our chemistry is so amazing. We're dealing with so much romancing. There is nothing about us random. Always good things that we just can't forget. And we don't need to be prudent, 'cause we know what we wanted and we got it. Our fire's so hot you can't extinguish. We'll survive, yeah, we'll flourish.
Gizelle.
Walk a mile in my shoes, you wouldn't know what to do. I deserve to be free. Now I know how to be. You will never harm. Taking over my body, test drive, take me past the speed. Let's ride, and it is so true. All the things I feel for you, that's what I'm gonna do. It all only with you, that's why I go so far. You touch, you touch, you touch, you touch. Got me going crazy, loving you so much. You love, you love, you love, you love. Don't look no further, no problems left to solve. You touch, you touch, you touch, you touch. Got me going crazy, loving you. How you heard her? Been so busy living your life, you forgot about mine. I never asked to be here. How did we end up here? Did me so wrong to my heart tombstone. I'm contemplating life. Now you got the mind playing tricks on me.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for another exciting episode of From Her Point of View Talk Show with your girl, LeeLee the Goddess, and my lovely co-host.
What's up, guys? And I'm so happy to be back here with you. It's Gizelle. And if you would love to be a guest, please email us at herpointofview@aol.com.
If you're interested in checking out any of my work, please Google LeeLee the Goddess, and it will come up on all social media platforms. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Flawless Dreams, one word, LLC.
And I'd love for you guys to follow me everywhere at Jizzy Worldwide. That's Bizzy Worldwide.
Tonight we have a lovely queen by the name of Nicole Brown, a published author, over 14 self-written novels like Slimy Race, Without a Trace, Yes, I'm Still in Love with You, Wetter Dreams. It's available on Amazon, an Amazon favorite, many more, School Days, Holidays, and many more. I'm telling you, there's a lot going on. She got a lot of hats. This lady's doing big things. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much, Queen, for being here.
Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me on.
It's great to have you on. Can you tell us about yourself as far as what it is that you do? I know we just named a little bit. What it is that you do, some of the books you've authored, and where everyone can follow you.
Well, some of the things that I do, I gotta say first of all that I'm a mom, and second of all, I'm also a certified teacher, and I from Monroe, Louisiana, and I have 2 kids, and look, kind of like a jill of all trades. I like to cook, bake, sing, dance, uh, just about anything, paint.
Mm.
I like that.
And you're an author?
Yes, I am an author of 18 books right now.
Wow, definitely gonna have to check
Congratulations.
that out.
Woo!
What's one of your favorites?
One of my favorites is not everybody else's favorite. I like my first book, School Days, Holidays, and All Days that Lie Between.
Okay, I'm gonna check that one out. And can you tell everyone where they can follow you?
You can follow me on Twitter as Nikki Secret or author Nicole S. Brown. On Instagram, author Nicole S. Brown. Um, TikTok, the same author Nicole S. Brown. On Facebook, I'm Nicole. I'm Nicole Sharon Brown.
Okay.
And on LinkedIn, I'm author Nicole S. Brown EDS because I'm a teacher by trade.
Okay.
When you get a
I have my
chance,
degree in early childhood education, so I can be a teacher. I may try that a little bit for a little while.
all right.
Yeah, I have early childhood on my license, but I can't do it anymore
Oh,
Get a chance,
because the
Nicole,
health.
check, see if you have any other devices that maybe you need to turn off because we're getting a little bit of an echo, sort of like extra feedback going on.
Okay.
and the famous question I know LeeLee wants to ask you.
I do. What is the famous question? Because I don't forget.
That you ask everybody what they're.
Oh, that part. Yeah, thank you. I had a moment. Nicole, what is your zodiac sign?
I'm a Virgo.
All right, shout out to all the Virgos in the comment section. Whoop, whoop. We got Lizzie Smalls. I also forgot to shout out to our brand ambassadors, Mimie Acosta and Lizzie Smith, who's in the comment section right now.
Shout out.
Shout out, shout out. All
So,
right.
Nicole, are you on the dating scene at all? Are you married? Have you been married?
No, I've been married before, but I'm single and not ready to mingle right now.
Understandable, understandable. I have a question to everybody in the audience as well as you two lovely ladies. Everybody's question for men, women, doesn't matter. How does everybody see the dating scene today? Does the feel of it feel like more of a job application or yeah, already got yeah.
People don't get into relationships for love anymore. They get into it for materialistic things that don't last.
Mm.
Yeah. Whether that's looks, like, oh, I want to have this girlfriend or this boyfriend because he looks good and he's popular. There's a lot of shallowness. People are forgetting to get involved with each other because they like each other's presence. And yeah, can the person that you are thinking about be your significant other for long term? The question would be, do they have a working mind? Do they have a working mind, and are they able to at least provide for themselves before they can kind of help support a family with you? And the reality, I guess, a lot of people don't want to hear that is that's the reality is being able to have that partner who can help support a family to you because kids can be expensive, right?
And that's
That's
not just men either. Like women, it's a lot of women. I look at these little dating shows and, I saw one today where the guy was asking what they thought about 50-50. And a lot of them, they weren't really like with it. And it can be understandable to an extent, but you got to be able to assist the man as well. Like, it seems like a lot of women want to be paid involved. And and save their money and use up all the other men. So it's like, what are you really offering him if you're only deducting? Men want somebody that can be their helpmate too, you know, like or that can fill in the voids or, you know, assist. Or, you know, be pampered too sometimes, you know. You can take a man on a date, you can buy them something, or you can pay a bill sometimes. You got the money. Like it's not only the man's responsibility to pay. Now some men got it like that, some men want to do it like that, they prefer it that way, then those are those types. But you can't just project that onto all men and make them feel as if they're less than if they can't do that and they need your help. They need the two income. You know, maybe y'all just grind to get to another level together. But people ain't in it for that. They just want someone that's already made so that they can just deduct from. That's what it seems to me.
Right.
Well, you hit the nail on the head when I was saying about this relationships, because a man is supposed to be held by the woman, and if he's falling short, then she should pick up the slack, and if she's falling short, then he should pick up the slack.
Right. So it's a lot of people, because of that, they're gonna get in their own way. Probably be single even longer than they could have been because of that. And getting up in age and trying to figure out why they still, why they working out. Well, it's some of your stances.
Well, some people stay in a situation that's uncomfortable for years, and then they get into infidelity with the person that they really love.
Speaking of infidelity, have you ever experienced that in your relationship?
Yeah, I was a mistress for 10 years to my best friend.
Oh. You said you were a mistress?
To my best friend for 10 years.
Oh, wow. Now, how did that turn out?
I left him because I knew it wasn't right, because he got married on me twice. But he took care of me well. He took care of me well.
You were
but
there
he did
first.
a lot of other things that wasn't right.
So, real quick, one more time. We're still getting some extra feedback. Make sure that any extra devices that are there, that mute them. I'm gonna mute those notifications because they're getting on my nerves. Yeah, we just mute those. But sometimes it causes us to get extra feedback that we don't want to have, and then it just distorts your voice a little bit, and then and I don't want it to do that. It's getting better, I think. I still hear an like a.
I think it's my fan.
You know what's funny? I turned my fan off too. I did.
It may just be a signal. But I want to ask more about with the mistress situation. So you kind of were there first.
Yeah, I was there first, and he turned around.
But he was looking for more and kind of just playing on your heartstrings.
Yeah, trying to give me the better life through another woman.
What the heck?
So what do you feel now? Like when you decided to leave the situation, because you said you felt it wasn't right and all that. Like,
well, I kind of feel I have some second thoughts about it because of our situation, but then looking back on it again, I feel good about it because it made me be a stronger person and be able to depend on myself.
Right. I think you made
he paid all the bills. He did, everything a husband should, but he didn't marry me.
Right. And that right there is insulting to you. You know what I'm saying? And like he's not seeing your value, and staying in that position would be you not seeing your own value, but you knew your value within
Yeah.
yourself. So I think you made the best decision. It could be hard. I'm sure you had love for him and stuff because you were there first. But he seems to have been a man of many women, and you just was caught up in that. But it's good. You know, we all do things and we overcome things or we make mistakes. So I think you made the best decision for yourself.
Yeah, I think
That's
he
not
realized. I think he realized he made a mistake because he tried to help out and stuff, but I still don't want it.
right. No, don't let him. Don't let him string you back into that mess, and then you just be just dangling along. Why? No, because that's not what you're worth. You know, I would say.
And let me clarify this to anybody who's viewing the show. Our message has nothing to do with like you have to be rich and that's the only time that you can start dating. No, it's being able to provide for yourself first, like by yourself. It don't matter if you live in an apartment, it doesn't matter as long as you are providing for yourself. You have your own car, you have your own means. It doesn't have to be like this. You got to own this multi-million-dollar mansion. It's just simply providing for yourself. If you can provide for yourself, and that's not just financially, but if you could also provide yourself your mental, your emotional, and your physical, you stay in shape, you go to the gym, you do for yourself first, love yourself first, then
Right.
you can make room for another person. Then you're able to love that person fully. You're not really giving that person your all if you're giving yourself half-ass. You understand?
Right. Mm-hmm. Right. I agree. And you know, it's okay to be. So you know, some people are, you know, a housewife or a person that just take care. You know, they take the role of just taking care of the home or the children, and that's okay too. Everyone doesn't want to work or have to work, but so long as you, like you say, you're taking care of your mental and you're able to assist mentally for him as well as other areas, then he will feel like, you know, he has something of value here, you know. That's my opinion.
Nicole?
I think you can be a home a housewife and still have a business or take care of have a have a bake shop or be a
True.
event planner, you
Right.
know, provide cleaning services to people or sitting services.
Yeah, it's a lot, especially in the virtual world we're in.
So how many of us are you know, we're at home moms and we have our own businesses? Raise your hand.
Well, I
Gizelle,
have
raise your hand. Gizelle,
yeah, I
raise
was
your
gonna say yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hallelujah.
Right. How do you think it is with blended families? Like I'm not sure if you were a blended family before you got married
That's
or
hard.
ever.
That's hard. I've never been a blended family, but coming from listening to other girlfriends about men having children with other women, it's to me it's always the one woman that is the bigger person and wants the kids all together to be raised together and to go to the birthday parties and stuff together. But there's one also that don't like the other female
Mm,
that he was had kids with, and she'll
right.
harm the kids, keep the kids from knowing each other. And I think that's a problem
Right.
because it's a lot of kids now don't even know that they're a kin.
Oh yeah. Because it's a lot of kids getting made and they don't know each other. That is
I
true.
I was listening to a radio show one time, and it was a letter that they had sent to the radio host saying they had dated for 5 years. This man and this woman, they dated for 5 years, and they decided they wanted to get married. And they didn't find out until when it was time for them to have a baby that
Oh my
they
God.
were sister and brother.
Oh my gosh. Wait a minute, she was pregnant?
They were trying to have a baby, but they didn't have one after they found out.
Oh my! Did they end up just going their separate ways, or did they
I
do some?
that was the question that they asked the radio person. Should they go their separate ways or
Yeah, definitely. They were brother and sister. See, that's horrible. Wow. Oh,
Mm,
broke my thing. That is horrible.
we got a question. Oh, you want me to, ladies, what is important to you with a partner when you work on a relationship?
trust?
Mm.
That's a big one.
Yes,
That's a
yes,
big one,
I
Nicole.
agree. Mhm.
That trust, though, that's a big one. Big.
Yeah, trust is tied into everything. So that's like the root of everything. And I would
Mhm.
say something else would be when you work on a relationship, what's important to me, he has to be driven, have something going for himself, like not just um in the struggle and staying in the struggle. There's no plan, there's no effort, you know what I'm saying? Um, that wouldn't work for me. They got to be
Psych-
driven or goal oriented, some type of
Yep.
drive.
Y'all both said it. I agree with you. I'm not gonna. I mean, I agree.
Communication is a good one as well.
Mm-hmm. Some people don't know how to communicate at all. They walk away. Like if something is getting tense or an argument or whatever conversation, whatever. A lot of people want to just walk off or ignore and things like that's
Mhm.
not communication. That's
That's
not emotional
not
intelligence.
maturity. That's an immature behavior, stomping away like a little kid throwing a tantrum.
But I
Right.
feel like this: if it gets too heavy, they should walk away for a little bit and get their emotions out of the way.
True. That's true. Because there
Yeah, of
are
course,
times
there's
where
that
they do
gray
need to
area.
make that break.
You know what I'm talking about? Is that gray area? Like there's a difference between like when I've met people who they right away, even if the person's just speaking and communicating calmly to them, they right away are throwing a fit and just storming me off. So
And
that's
I
Right,
that's
right, right.
understand that.
That's what I'm talking about.
that's
Yeah.
what exactly. But if both parties are not communicating, they're both young, then somebody has to walk away
Right,
so
right.
that both can kind of like isolate and diffuse the situation. No, that yeah, you got it. Yeah.
Right.
But I'm telling you, it's like a job application. Do you know how many times I've in my freaking phone I have gotten so many messages, from these guys, and the first thing they do is they say hello based off my damn profile picture. Yes, it's current. Yes, it's really me. And no, there's no filter. But my point is you come over here and you say hi, and the first thing that I noticed is it's so repetitive. Is they want to know how lucrative my business is.
Really?
Yeah, Gizelle,
Well,
Nicole. And
yours
then
is
you
better
know
than
what?
mine.
One of them actually made a TikTok admitting, not once, not twice. The first time he made a TikTok, he said something about he works hard and he still can't have a vacation. He's kind of like he still feels broke. And then he put WTF. And then I'm thinking it's cute, like it's funny because a lot of us feel like that because we have like more than one job just so that we can make ends meet. But the thing is, we're still providing for ourselves. You're still doing fine. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, it don't matter. You got one or two jobs. As long as you're doing you, is what I'm saying. You're providing for yourself. You're not relying on someone else. That's what I'm talking about. Then you can invite somebody into your circle. And even then, when you do that, don't rely on their crap because they're only going to throw shit in your face. We all know that. What the next TikTok that he made, long story short, literally he was talking about how he was looking at, and this could be a joke too, because some people joke too much. But I took it seriously because I like to observe people and how they behave before I even get involved with them like that. So, especially romantically, you literally putting it out there that you see an older woman who is rich and wealthy and um driving in a nice vehicle and that you want to go holler at her.
Oh wow.
I'm like, okay, note to self. That's basically you without even saying it to me like straight up. You just told me what because the guy's a few years younger than me, And now I know, in my opinion, okay, so is that why you were talking to me? Because you wanted to hook up with someone who's older than yourself that can provide for you?
Yeah, I never heard nobody ask how lucrative is your business.
Girl, it's like, remember
that's
how I
real
told you? You know what, Nicole? You're gonna laugh at me. You're gonna laugh because I'm gonna tell you why. Not too long ago, I was telling Gizelle and our other host, guest, that our other guest that check this out. I was getting a lot of people in my DMs that were femboys.
Oh,
It's fine, okay. Men that like women still, but want to wear a nice skirt and some thong or whatever. I'm like, okay, you want me to tap that ass? Come on, show. But I was, but it was weird because it's just the time frame. It's kind of weird. Gizelle, Nicole, it's the time frame. Why am I getting it at a certain time? And now it's a different time. Now I'm getting like all these DMs with guys looking to just find a female who can get rich with like with her, like her money. And I'm like,
they have to.
what's next? Femboys or what do you call it? What I ain't saying keep gold digger. Okay, so male gold diggers.
Oh yeah, and want to be sugar babies.
Yeah, now
these men, it's a lot of men. They want to be. They want to be. Yeah, like too much. Like they want to be taken care of.
Yeah.
Like, and then they can't. And then they mad when the woman is more dominant and they feeling emasculated because you can't lead her nowhere. You don't even know where you're going. You don't even have yourself in order. So then they're angry. They're real angry in the relationship. And they're jealous. It's a lot of men that are jealous of women and jealous of the women that they're dating.
Yes.
And that ties into the domestic violence, I think.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like a jealousy because they're lack within themselves. You know what I'm saying? What y'all think about that?
In situations like that, not just, you know, in relationships, but with guys that, you know, that wanted to date me or heard something about me and wanted to date me, you know, if, you know, even in the work setting, you know, because I studied chemistry at college and I'm certified in 8 different subjects: chemistry, physics, general science, vocal music, and reading, PK and early childhood. They give you a problem when you have high intellect. They don't like that.
Yep. Or they try to bring you down a level. Like I saw a man it was a man that was admitting how he used to be. Like I guess he was telling on some men just trying to give free game, but he was saying like, oh, she's too this, she's too smart. Let me bring her down a level so that I can control her more. Like so I'll mess with her self-esteem. I'll you know what I'm saying? Like people really be plotting like that. Like it's crazy. When you got degrees or you got a career or you're going after something like you're publishing books or you're being artistic and creative, then here they come with the doubt and the you know, the lack of support. Those are all forms of jealousy. And anybody like that is your partner is not a real partner.
Watch my music video. Watch my music video, everybody. Money over fame. You get to see exactly what Gizelle just said about support. Gizelle.
Right.
So where's the support from you?
Right.
You could be joining us.
Mm-hmm. A lot of men are insecure too. You know, when there's women that are insecure as well. And I think insecurity, just both from women and men, is it's a barrier in relationships. Mm-hmm. So if you're insecure and you're projecting and you're accusing people and you really have no proof of anything, you're gonna like turn them off from you. You're gonna drive a wedge in this relationship. You can't be, you know, you have to work on your self-esteem. And you can't project your past traumas into a new relationship. So maybe you were in a relationship where someone was a pathological liar or a serial cheater. You with a new person, don't project what the other person was doing onto them. Now they're gonna think you crazy. You're gonna run that man, you're gonna run the new man off.
I think you ought to allow yourself to heal from that.
Right. What is healing? What does that mean? We say that, but people don't know what to do. What does it mean?
To
What should
me,
they do?
it's just letting go. And if you need to seek somebody, have somebody to talk to about it, like a licensed professional,
Mhm.
uh, start seeing a licensed professional to really let go. You know.
Right.
Yep, I agree. And healing, you got to remember, what are you healing? You need to heal your mind, your emotional, your spiritual, and sometimes it's the whole thing. You need to do the physical, the mental, the emotional, the spiritual. Go to church. You need to do some meditation. It's healing is not just one thing. Kind of go over all the areas. This way, you've covered all the ground, and you're not missing a thing.
Yeah.
Right.
When I started going to the non-denominational church, they
Mhm.
told us, sex is not just physical. It's emotional, it's spiritual, it's
Mhm.
all of that. And it's just like when they talk about in health ed, when they talk about getting STDs, that you sleep with the person that every person that the other person slept with. It's the same way on the spiritual and emotional way as well.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, them demons, them spirits latching on to people. Some men be walking around with I call it the spirit of women on you. Have you ever had a man that just like maybe you was in a relationship with him and maybe now he's just like maybe sometimes picking an argument or just seeming doubtful, unsupportive, or like jealous in a way, or anything like that of the sort, or mean, just unwarranted, or if you're you know just being cold a little bit, and then when you think of it, it's like a hater, like a feminine, like it's a spirit. And so I say you got the spirit of them women on you. You know what I'm saying? Like you dealing with multiple women, you sleeping with multiple women, or if you're sleeping with multiple men, that not just the fluids is coming back with you. It's energies. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yes.
mental chemistry. It's coming with you.
Mm-hmm.
It's affecting you slowly but surely. It's changing you.
Mm-hmm.
Could you be changed for good or bad? So you got to be careful.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Lizzie, bring up that question I said it. Ladies, if you are on a date and it is going bad, do you finish the date or leave it?
Finish the date.
Finish the
Be
day. Okay.
courteous.
Right. So how would you leave if you rode with the guy? Like you get the ride back.
Yeah,
Would you get the ride back with him if you rode there with him, or would you Uber?
I get the ride back.
Mm. I would say I would finish the day. I don't mind finishing the day. I'm not ever like I'm cool. Like I'm like a cool person. Like I can finish a date even if it was uncomfortable, or I can make it get cut short. If I felt the need to. But if it was so strange and I rode with him, then I would probably ride back with him if it was like giving me weird vibes, suspect vibes, serial vibes. But usually for a first date or something, I'm gonna drive myself. And if you don't have a car or
Mm-hmm.
something, I'm gonna
You
Uber.
took the
I'm
words
not.
out.
I don't want nobody come and pick me up. I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
be dependent on nobody to do
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
exactly. You're
Unless
not
you
gonna.
know them, unless you got to know that person.
Well, how soon before a first date would you have gotten to know him enough to where y'all having a first date?
Maybe about 3 or 4 months.
So 3 or 4 months of what though? What were y'all doing? Were y'all ever in contact? Were y'all ever in person or just all virtual? Like
Um, in person.
in person. So even in person, in those moments, you would be going by yourself to meet him, or is he picking you up?
Going by myself.
Okay, and then so you're considering the date like a more formal thing,
Mm-hmm.
a formal occasion. Okay, I understand. Right, you're right. Because some people have their first date first getting to know him. Like they meet him, okay, you want to go? And then the first date might be the next day. Let's get some coffee or, what I'm saying? Something like that. Definitely don't get no ride from that man. Not that soon. You don't even know the man or the woman. Because it's some crazy women too.
Mm-hmm.
Not just these men, these women is crazy too. So
I've been on a lot of dates where the guy definitely tried to assert his dominance in a way where, and this was obviously when I was, in my teens and my 20s that I made such mistakes for myself.
right.
Well,
Where,
I could be submissive to the right person.
it depends. Like I said, everything also is subjective. But I've put myself in those situations where it was like, okay, he picks me up and there's not much talking. There's not much to talk about. I'm the one that's trying to engage in conversation, but
Mm.
try not to do too much talking because I can naturally do that. And then the radio goes on. I'm like, and that's fine because I'm like, I'd rather listen to the radio if you ain't gonna talk,
Mm.
and just put something really good on. And then I also get to observe what his taste in music is.
Mhm.
We go to eat. I'm like, I'm ready to pay for my meal. He's like, no, I got it. I'm like, no, I got it. I've done that. And then I've two things have happened where he got offended, really upset with me that I wanted to pay my own meal. Yeah. And and then the other thing that happened was maybe a few times where I did let him pay the bill just to be like, all right, fine, whatever.
Right.
Afterwards, it didn't matter when he did or didn't. Because he was my ride, he definitely let me know that he wasn't going to be driving back because he had to work tomorrow. So I would have to stay where he's at. So I'm like, no, I'm
What?
not going. Oh, I can't tell you how many times that was done to me. And I'm like, I just, no. So
Mm.
I have to say that because of my experiences, like what, maybe it's just my luck. Maybe other people have had better luck, but because of my luck, it's probably best, it's always best for me to be the one to drive myself to our dates because I need to be able to get a getaway car and I need it to be my vehicle.
Right.
And because
Right.
for a million reasons, family emergency, me emergency to get, and yes, I'm sorry, but I would cut the date short if the guy is being unruly because that has happened. I say I've walked away. I was like, listen, you're an asshole. I'm leaving. Goodbye. I've had to do that because if the guy is treating me like garbage, I'm not going to finish that date.
Right.
Because unfortunately, I've come across the type of guys that they show me their insecurity in conversation
Mm.
and by insulting them. So I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm leaving. Goodbye.
Definitely.
So yeah. And no, ladies and gentlemen, this is not a show where we diss men. This is where our point of view about dating and our experiences with dating
Yeah,
that we share with you.
I come across a lot of insecure women. You know,
Mhm.
when I was dating,
Mm.
I'm sorry.
Insecurity.
When I
What?
was dating, I met a guy when I was singing, and pretty much he had already had a girlfriend, and I turned him down. This is the same guy was the mistress too, and she was after my life ever since.
Mm.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
Mm.
Oh my gosh.
Speaking of insecurities, like shifting the gear, what do you think about like going through a partner's phone as far as like just to establish trust, like just randomly saying somebody saying, "Let me look in your phone," or freely let sharing your password so that they can just go through your phone whenever they want to. What do you think of that?
I don't think they should have a problem with it if they're doing what's right.
Mm.
Me, I don't like to give my energy to have to look to someone's phone. If I have to look to someone's phone, then right there, I know and that's the thing. I know I have trust issues. I won't say it like that. I do. But I'm not. I don't want to go out of my way to look through somebody's phone because I know I've seen people do it. And I know what it does, and it's just not worth it to me. I'm like, if you can't even if he gives me his phone, because this has happened where the guy proved like he felt like he had to prove himself to me by showing me his phone. I'm like, I don't. We're not even dating. This is just hanging out, a date. Chill, calm down. And he was so defensive, insecure. So he had to show me his phone. He's like, I ain't got no. He's look at my contact list. Who do you see? I'm like, your mama. And that's all he has, like his mom and his work and his job, and that's it. And I said, well, man, I don't need to see your phone. I'm not even going to dig that deep. I don't care if you like. I'm not gonna dig through the phone. But if the guy does, if I notice that the man I'm dating doesn't ever have a problem with me touching his phone, then right there, let's say I have, hey babe, I left my phone. Can I use your phone to make a phone call? And he just lets me have it like nothing. Then I know I'm like, there's nothing to worry about because he's not hiding it. Now, if he's always hiding his phone and I'm not, and number one, I'm definitely not looking to look through his phone, but he still got to hide his phone. Then I know something's really wrong. Then I know, because there's a way to have things happen like naturally in your life where you find things out and you don't have to stress yourself in doing so.
Yeah. When I was trying to get away from my ex, I tried to confront the wife, and I realized that he had two phones. He had one for me and one for her.
Yeah. They hide it well.
That's commitment on a different level. That's commitment to not being
stringing people along. Just stringing people along.
And he texted me the same day he got married.
Oh wow.
And he texted me every day during his honeymoon too.
Yeah, I've heard of that. They make sure they keep they cake too, but it's really not, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you trying to do? You trying to make me feel good? You know what I'm saying? What are you trying to do? You trying to just keep your sugar on the side.
Gizelle, I think you can take Lizzie's next question. It's about.
Where is it? Is it up there?
Okay, let's pull it up on the screen. I said it. Liz's next question. There you
go. Ladies, you date your partner for 6 months. He wants you to meet his family. What do you do?
I meet the family.
Author Nicole, 6 months dating a partner. He wants you to meet his family.
I think you should go.
Yeah, meet the family. It's 6 months. That's not bad. Yeah. It's not like it's 2 days. It's 6 months. That's almost a whole year.
You can be serious about you.
Yeah. That first of all, for us ladies, that especially means that the dude is serious about us. A classic thing that has never changed. Guy takes female to go see his mama. Dude is serious about you. Oof, but can I say something? I did go on a date, and this was a first date. And the first date that I had with this dude, I went to see the whole family.
Really?
I mean, cousins, aunts, uncles, grandma, grandpa, the whole family. Mom and dad. Auntie said I look like a geisha. Now, she meant it as I took it as a compliment. She meant it as an insult. And I said, well, if you were culturally educated on the culture of Japanese, culture, then you would know that it's not an insult. It's actually a compliment because a geisha is an artist. It's not a Japanese hooker, but Westernized dictionary is going to teach you wrong, baby cakes. Don't do that. Don't get your Westernized education about another culture from Western society. Go to that culture, get your education over there to actually get the right information. Right. Anyway, I met his family, and the first thing that they wanted to know is, if we were serious. I'm like, we just met. They said, well, I mean, you're here. And I'm like, this is our first date.
And I wonder why he did that. Why did he do that? What was his motive?
I don't even know, but the food was good. I was eating the chicken. I was like, man, this chicken bomb. It was good. he was trying to be he was trying to be affectionate all over me. Like I'm talking about, he was trying to hang all over me and be kissy. It's
That
too
seems
soon.
suspect. It's red flags going off for me.
Right. It's too
Yes.
soon. First of all, I was uncomfortable doing the date in the first place. But I was like, you know what? I've never done this before. This will be a life experience. I went ahead and I did it. I said, just say I did it. Well, the dude was very upset that I did not. He asked me if we were going to be together forever. Like if we was going to get married. If I knew I wanted him.
Oh
He said,
my
he says usually women at a certain age know what they want. Do you know if you want to be with me now? I'm like, this is our first freaking date. This is our first date. I don't even know how you did this. Then he got mad at me and decided, I guess he had a talk with his aunt. His aunt was not a very pleasant person, unfortunately. And she must have gave him some kind of advice, and whatever advice she gave him led him to want to tell me to meet him in his car so that he can have a one-night stand with me.
With you?
I said, yes. He just wanted to, he says, well, if you want to meet me in the car, we could just have you just want to have some fun. Is that it? I'm like, no, I don't know. So
I'm so confused.
He got really upset. Yeah, I was too. He got really upset. And so I left the house. So that was another date I had to leave where it was crazy situation. I had to leave. I'm like, this was ridiculous. This was terrible. So I left, and then and that was it. I ignored any phone call he gave me. And he gave me a phone call after that, and I said, nope, I'm not. That was a horrible experience.
It sounds to me like he is he has to please his family, and they're forcing him to have someone, and it's taking too long. So he's just rushing it and bringing you around, and then all that fake romance, and y'all really don't even know each other and stuff yet. That was another sign that he was trying to front. And then when, I don't know, like if somebody told him something, or then it was all a front, because then he asked you, well, you want to just do this? You know what I'm saying? It's like, that was a switch. That was like two different people. He like something crazy.
Yeah.
Like bipolar.
Yeah. So I left. I wasn't going to put up with that.
Yeah, you dodged one right there.
That's
I would like to ask. What say?
That's why we would leave. That's why we would end the date early, big time.
Right.
Many reasons. Take your own car.
I was seeing a guy for a while, and we knew each other ever since college, and we started getting to the point where we were talking a lot and voice chatted and stuff, and we went out a couple of times, and I guess I got too wild for him because he didn't talk back to me anymore.
Wow.
Because if you read my book, Wet Dreams, it talks about a different lifestyle, BDSM. And he didn't want to participate in that.
Did you want to do? Is that something that you've done or want to do, or you was just imaginary writing? Like,
no, it's stuff that was done.
Right. And so he was scared of that.
Yeah.
Well.
Lizzie, you and Nicole have something in common. Y'all could talk. Lizzie Smith over there in the comments segment. Y'all gonna talk because she did the same thing. Y'all and writers have to write what they know. That's what makes a good writer.
I have a poem in my latest book. I think it's the last poem in the book. It's called Dungeons and Dragons, but it's not talking about the game Dungeons and Dragons.
Right. Oh man.
Okay. What's the title of that book that the poem is in?
Wetter Dreams.
Oh, okay. So that one's just a book of poems?
It's a book of poems. It has some paragraphs in it that introduces the poetry, but it's a sequel to the first book in the series called Wet Dreams. And Wet Dreams is my most popular book.
Okay. I'll have to check that out.
eight volumes. 8 volumes.
What do y'all think about foreplay that is, because like what you mentioned, the BDSM and all that stuff, that's like foreplay and stuff, or it can be intertwined as well. It's just a different level of it. What do you think about maybe someone, like role playing or wearing like a mask?
Been there, done that.
Okay. Yeah.
What about a mask?
I could do that. we could play Eyes Wide Shut.
Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, let me see. What about I'm not into, so what do y'all think about like polygamy and stuff like that? I'm not into it. I'm not for it.
I'm not into polyamory either.
Yeah, not for me.
Not saying that the other party won't do that, by having 2 or 3 women, but I'm really not into that.
Yeah. And it seems like more of a benefit for the man, because he's having all these things, and it's like, I remember, it's like manipulation, what I'm saying? Like you got people feeling like, oh, I'll just do this role and I'll play this role, but the man is benefiting more than women. I mean, unless y'all get money and that's your motive, and if money's the motive, but real love and connection, I don't see how. I don't know how that can really be had with multiple people. You got to space out your time. They're trying to indoctrinate us with this. They're trying to like spread this with the podcast. With Neil was on some podcast other time about his 4 girlfriends and 7 kids. He's talking about now. He have one come out for 7 days, and then she go back, and then the other one will come out for 7 days.
You know why? Think about what you just said. Who'd you just mention? Neo, right? And I saw him in person before he blew up. He was doing So Sick of Love songs.
Yeah.
I got the video, but I didn't record him. Because I didn't know who he was, because he didn't blow up yet. I knew who John Legend was, and I filmed him anyway. You know why that they're doing that? Because they watched The King and I too many times, etc. They want to get all these women. He says in the film, he says, a man is like a bee and a woman is like a flower. And the bee must go to every flower and collect and spread his seed. And that's what they're doing. They're thinking that they're like this king. Like, well, why can't I be, I'm the king. So I'm going to have, a lot of mistresses,
It's really a selfish mindset.
It is.
But they're trying to make us seem like, oh, there's unity in this. There's benefits. There's building. They're trying to talk all this other gibberish, but it's really you're really benefiting the most here. Right. I mean, unless money is the motive. Like if the girl's there to get the money, because women that's just about that, and maybe they'll leave later, or maybe they'll stay. The self-esteem ain't up. I think it's like a lot of low self-esteem intertwined in it. Because even intertwined in regular relationships, monogamous relationships, you can identify low self-esteem by tolerating things that you wouldn't even want to happen to your own child, or you wouldn't want to happen to your own mother. So it's like we have to love ourselves. So if you start to think about that, just because a person has a certain amount of wealth, you have to be one of his many. You're willingly, because of course we've all done things, but women tend to go for, they say, higher value men, and they'll be in those polygamous relationships with them. But money must gotta be the motive, because it ain't love. I don't see how there can be real love in that. And God is love. God is love.
Yeah.
Nicole, what were you gonna say about that?
Well, when I was getting ready to leave my relationship of 10 years with this guy that was my best friend, he was an attorney. He became an attorney. But I didn't care if he was an attorney. I was in love. But the other two women that he was involved with, they were only cared that he was an attorney. And I was confronting him one day about, I was telling him if he married the second wife, I was leaving. And he said, I don't know why you're so bad, because I get it from both of y'all. And if it was left up to me, both of y'all would be in the same house, because I have to drive 30 minutes 3 times a day to come see you. And y'all will be both in the same house. You'll have a room, she'll have a room, I have a room. When I get tired of going from room to room, make y'all come to my room. And I said, you could just leave on me.
Yeah,
I
that's so
know I'm
selfish.
gonna leave you now. That's exactly
Right.
what I
Yeah,
said.
you just
Right.
described grooming. He was grooming that process. He knew what he wanted. He wanted that.
And
He
let me
wanted to
tell you,
get in the bed together. That's every man. That's a lot. Not every man,
right.
but that's a lot of guys' fantasy is to have the two women in the bedroom with him. So he gonna slowly work that into play. It's all
Tried to
manipulated.
get you to come into that. And then let me tell you something. For you to have been there first, he had everything he was searching for. Him getting married was in you. You understand? He already had it, but he devalued you. And in a sense, you allowed it, but you were in love and you were there first. You know what I'm saying? But everything he was searching for, and these other people, and they was just there for the money, but you were there with the love. You know what I'm saying? The sickness, you know what I'm saying? Like the real was in you.
Yeah, because
And
I
so
told
that is a
him.
person when you look at it that way, that does not deserve you. That is really not true friendship, because friends wouldn't, you understand, do that to a friend. Like we gotta really think of friendship. We be letting men do us a certain way and we forgive, and we go on and we stay in things for a long time. We wouldn't allow our girlfriend to do us like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So we let men get away with a lot. But if you really think about the core of friendship, that wasn't really friendship. Do you agree? What you think? It's not true friendship. It's just used to you and keeping you in the capacity that he can keep you in. So, and like he said, I can have you both feel like it was just all about him.
Mm-hmm.
So no.
Narcissism.
Mm-hmm.
Narcissism.
Don't ever get wrapped back into that. If he probably still contacting you, ain't he?
No, but he doing stuff with my books, thinking that,
What?
yeah.
Don't let him try to, because he's trying to get back in your mind a little bit. Like, don't let him drop the breadcrumbs.
What's he doing? Nicole, what's he doing? I'm nosy.
This summer when I was sick this summer because of his ex-wife, because I told her some things, and I got poisoned. And I had to go to substance abuse therapy. And when I was in the therapy, he took one of my books to the San Diego Book Festival.
Okay.
What?
Thank you.
He was promoting it?
Yeah, without my permission.
That's nice. That's nice. But that don't mean nothing. That's not enough. No.
And I didn't find out until September the 24th, and it happened in June or July.
So it sounds like he's good for business, but not good for love and romance. And Virgos deserves.
He might be a
right.
narcissist. He might be a narcissist. He got a little.
That's a narcissist, because they will especially go above him. They will narcissist people, not just guys but women. They will do something so good in your eyes. They know what's gonna impress you. He knows what's gonna impress you, what's gonna string you along. But he just wants to string you. He's gonna get that bait and string you along. because he is playing on your heart. And you got a big heart. Virgos got big hearts, and they got a lot of love to give. And then it's like, but don't mess with a Virgo. Don't piss them off now. They're gonna get you.
Yeah, I did some things to him and said some things that wasn't in the Sunday school book.
Well, sometimes we got to get out of character. Sometimes. Yeah, I'm glad you out of that situation and you're healing from whatever trauma that you went through in the last summer, and just stay safe and just stay out of the way of that mess. That is not for you. And you're doing great things. You're a published author. You can turn your books into movies.
Yeah, that's I have some people are looking into that, but I don't want to.
Don't let nobody block your blessings. Like that stuff like that will get in the way of the blessings. You understand?
And Nicole, you said you're looking into what?
Well, some people are already looking into that, making some of my books a movie, but I can't speak too soon.
Right.
Okay, so do you have your IMDb?
No.
Get an IMDb Pro account. You don't have to spend a lot a month. It's only just do the $29.99. You're saving yourself money. Because then you can always deactivate it if you don't have the money. It's better do the monthly than just the yearly. That's just my method. I've seen it more effective and it works. I promise. It just works. Because I'm a filmmaker and I'll help you. Watch out for them red flags. You should not have to come out of so much pocket. Once you give them your budget and you tell them how much you can afford on your stuff. Can I also recommend that you direct your film too? I think that you should direct your film, and since you're already the book, you already have the storyboards. Your book, and Lizzie knows this, your book serves as the storyboards in a way. It's not drawn. Storyboards are really drawn. Like you could do stick figures and stuff. But in other words, that's not even, let me scratch that out. Your book is not the storyboards, it's the script. So now you already have the script, you just need the director. You're the director. Boom, there you go. Now all you need is your crew members. Okay? But you should not have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to get all that. You can get.
And a lot of people have been trying to do that, and I've said no.
Now I'll help you. We'll talk more. I'll send you a private message, and give you like a breakdown, walk through how to make it come to life. All right.
I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, before we get out of here, I've enjoyed talking to you, and I just want you to tell everybody who you are and the celebrity author that you are, and plug your social media again.
Hi, I'm author Nicole S. Brown, owner and operator of Poetry and Best, where we literally serve you the best. I'm also known as Love Me Do, and I'm found on many social media posts as author Nicole S. Brown, and Facebook as Nicole Sharon Brown, and I have a fan page on Facebook called Outstanding Author and Poet Nicole S. Brown. So most of my social media, which is TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, Tumblr, they're all author Nicole S. Brown, and also X.
Okay.
All right.
And I'd love for you guys to follow me everywhere. It's Gizelle. I'm a singer, songwriter. I'm also a writer, and I'm working on some scripts and books. I've already started writing, and so I'm I wear many hats as well. And I would love for you guys to follow me everywhere at Gizzy Worldwide. That's GIZZY Worldwide.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us tonight. The last question that we did have was from Lizzie Smith, and she said, ladies, your partner makes or cooks you for you and it sucks. Do you go with it and eat it, or avoid hurting his feelings, or just don't, So that's the last question I want to throw out there.
Go back in the kitchen and help him.
Go back in the kitchen and help him.
I'm too grown to be pretending like that's like Kitty. We got to be honest. We don't got to hurt people's feelings. Like, okay, you need a little more seat. Okay, Just a little more season. Okay, what you got in there? We can add to this. I think you off to a good start. Like that, you can compliment and like that.
Give the constructive
I'll try it.
Yeah,
I'll definitely try it, but I ain't gonna like eat something that's like disgusting to me. But I'll try it.
Yeah, send you in the bathroom and you be crapping all night. Oh man, that don't hurt my
nice
stomach.
to meet you. Nice to meet you as well.
Nice to meet you all. You can find me on all social media platforms if you Google LeeLee the Goddess, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Flawless Dreams, one word LLC. See y'all later.
All right, good night.
Taking over my body, test drive, take me past the speed, let's ride. And it is so true, all the things I feel for you. That's why I'm willing to do it all only with you. That's why I go so far. You touch, you touch, you touch, you touch. Got me going crazy, loving you so much. You love, you love, you love, you love. Don't look no further, no problems left to solve. You touch, you touch, you touch, you touch. Got me going crazy, loving you.
How you heard it? Been so busy living your life, you forgot